Soweto is deserted. The suburb, where activity usually buzzes night and day, lies still that morning, like a ghost district, which makes it eerie despite the sun snaking through the walls with a furious joy. June 16, 1976, is just another Wednesday in the southern winter. Annika has promised Ray she'd go to the boutique, but she crossed her fingers when she said it. She's worried. Annika made her decision in the dead of night, without knowing, without thinking, without anyone to follow. Karina is away, so the young woman calls in a part-time assistant they rely on during busy periods and leaves her in charge of the boutique. Then she ventures into Soweto, butterflies churning in her stomach. What if she can't find the way? What if she gets lost and makes a fool of herself? She takes public transport as far as it goes, then walks, following a small crowd of non-Europeans. No familiar faces, no smiles. It's clear they want nothing to do with her, so she lets herself fall behind. The thought of turning back crosses her mind, but it's too late. The only transport out of there is a circular bus, and it'll be hours before another one passes. Everything's under control, she keeps telling herself, as she looks at the march route outlined on a flyer. The plan is for the students to start from their schools and gradually gather, others as they head toward the stadium. The sun grips the road in a vice. Is she lost? Quite likely. In those junk-cluttered spaces, time seems to stretch infinitely. Suddenly, flashing lights. A police cordon hard-faced officers. Annika fixes her eyes on those uniforms. She has no reason to suspect the cruelty simmering within them, yet she feels it. They are merciless. That's why the streets are empty. Annika realizes. They didn't let them through. She turns on her heel instantly to avoid being seen, then cuts across a field of tall grass. She doesn't know it, but she's heading straight toward the protest march, which has changed route to avoid the police. Suddenly, a policeman barks. "Stop! Kafir! Back!" At the shout, Annika cranes her neck and spots the march, winding through the distance. Fantastic. She is overwhelmed. The students are thousands, tens of thousands. "Stop! Kafir! Move! Move!" No use. The officers want to stop the students, blocking them from both the front and behind. Tension builds, but the students remain composed. "Stay calm, guys. We're not doing anything wrong. We just want to march." Suddenly, an officer throws a tear gas canister. Annika freezes in the tall grass. The marchers cough and scatter, but still stand their ground. The police are jittery. The students begin to show defiance. Some start chanting slogans against the police, who release the dogs, but there are too few, and the crowd overpowers them. Annika can't move or she'll be seen. The officers' hands begin to twitch toward their guns. The students start picking up stones. Annika dives deeper into the tall grass. A colonel draws his revolver. Someone shouts, "Look at him. He wants to shoot at the kids." There's a young boy in the front line. He grabs a stone and throws it with a curved trajectory, more an act of defiance than a real attempt to hit. The colonel looks first at the stone, then at the boy. Slowly, he raises the gun. Surely it's a cruel way to intimidate the child. He won't shoot. He can't shoot. Bang! 12-year-old Hector Pieterson falls to the ground. He is lifted and carried in vain by a friend to the clinic in the compound. A BBC cameraman captures the scene in a flash. His colleague snaps a photo. The officers try to stop them, seize the camera and their gear, but the two slip through the crowd like eels, shielded by the mass of people. From her hiding spot, Annika's eyes are wide in shock. She can't believe what she's seen. She wants to scream with the fury of someone who knows they're right, but all she can do is hope to disappear into the grass. The crowd seems stunned, but only for a moment. Then the rage erupts. The police open fire again, screams, more students fall. But the non-Europeans have reached their breaking point. The kids, like ravenous cats, pounce on the police. Adults hurl rocks or charge barehanded. Fear plays strange tricks. And Annika finds herself thinking that the university students in suits and shirts and the teenagers in school uniforms clash with this street-style uprising. Then she runs hard, because she knows those impeccably dressed figures are about to tear everything white to shreds. King Shaka once said, "The spears are thirsty. Let them drink the blood of white men." No one can imagine what it meant to face the Zulu armies. You read about it in history books. Well, now the officers know. Now they know what the founding fathers felt when facing the Zulu ranks. 1,000 against 10,000. But unlike the old pioneers, they have no wagon fort to hide behind. The two BBC reporters have made it to safety. Back at their hotel, they coordinate to transmit the footage to European broadcasters. What they captured is a bombshell, worthy of breaking news coverage. 3, 2, 1! News broadcasts break in with special reports, and Soweto is suddenly on the world stage. June 16, 1976. Everyone sees. Everyone but the country where Soweto lies. Soweto is in flames, but the South African TV, only recently introduced to homes, broadcasts propaganda and old films.